Hello, my name is Natalie, and welcome to Fundy Fortunes. What you just see me doing is putting up a indigenous smudge of sweetgrass and sage. The sweetgrass grows on my property for now. We're coming into fall. First day of fall is tomorrow. But what I like to do is smudges are for the basic um, purpose of a smudge. In my case, is clearing out all the bad, heavy, dark, oppressive, negative energies that may be lurking about. It clears out 95% of the airborne bacteria in my home, and Lord knows there's enough of that floating around. And it helps to open me up and calm me. And I held it up to the screen because I like to imagine that the good energies from the smudge are going out into the internet for anybody that views this video. Having said that, this video is for the sign of Libra for the general reading for the month of October 2016. Also, I'd like to, just one moment here, I'm all backwards here this morning. It is morning. I know I don't normally do readings in the morning. Oh, actually, it's 10 past 12. It is now lunchtime, officially afternoon here in Atlantic, Canada, the Maritimes, in the province, in New Brunswick, in Chance Harbor. So first of all, the cards that I use for the readings, for anybody that's new, this is real quick. Online readings are for use using the Oceanic Tarot deck, and it is written by Jane Wallace, and the illustrator is Jane Delaford Taylor. And one significator I pull at the end of the reading comes from the deck of tarot, and that is written by Bridget Reed, and the illustrator's Colin Howard. We have to give credit for those works. And what I've done here for those that are new, I picked 5 cards from the Oceanic Tarot deck, and anybody that knows tarot decks knows that there's 78 cards per deck, so I pull 5. First card falls in the place of your overall energy of the reading. Second card is your wealth and finances, anything pertaining with money. Third is your heart, your love, your romance. Your fourth card are your challenges for the month of October. And then the last card is your message from spirit. Then I pull a significator. And I had an interesting development while shuffling the cards and laying out the spread. 2 aces showed up. One of them, I'm going to show you just right off the get-go, is the Ace of Swords here. Okay? That's your significator. And in your position of wealth and finance, let me get them in the camera, another Ace of Swords from the other deck. So that's an interesting development, and we're going to see how that plays out as we go along. I'd like to also give credit to, and thanks actually, current subscribers. Thank you again for returning time after time. Any new would-be subscribers, or if you're new to YouTube, there's a subscription button below this video window. If you click it, all it means is that you'll be notified by your email that Fundy Fortunes has posted a new video. This is ongoing. You can leave anytime you like. Subscriptions are free. I also want to also state that this is a general reading. What that means is this is for a reading for any Libras that are going to view this video. This is not a personal reading. If you like this reading and you think you might like a personal reading, I do offer that service. All information is found below in the description box below this video window. Please read through that once, then you just ship me off an email. What you get for your money is pretty much what you see here. It's a video just like this. Might be probably read during the evening. I gather your pertinent information and I connect those to the cards. And the only difference is the personal readings are usually run an hour long. If they run longer, I send 2 videos. My camera can only take up to 1 hour at a time. And then when it's all finished, I send you the link. The link takes you into a YouTube window. It is private. Nobody else can see that but you. And you get to view the video as often as you'd like over and over again. It's up to yourself. It's yours, more or less. All right, so why don't we get right into the reading, Libra? And we're going to look at your overall energy. What came up here was the Queen of Wands. She represents passion in your overall energy of this reading. Okay, so when this Queen appears, she is bringing passion and talk, a lot of chatter, a lot of discussions. Her presence in this reading is very dynamic, and she leads by example. And she asks for others to fulfill their potential. So right off the get-go, the nudge I'm feeling for some of you, having said that from the card, is that some of you are going to be put in a leadership position of some form. And the best teacher that you can be is to lead by example. So always setting good examples, using your skills, your tricks on the job type of thing to show the shortcuts and things that work and things that don't work to any potential underlings, we'll call them. This person as well, if this isn't an actual person, this is you and you're speaking from the heart at this time. The communication right now is very, very vital. You may find yourself feeling frustrated to people that are kind of closed off from their emotions, no matter what kind of work that we perform in day. And I'm kind of referring to the sciencey stuff. I love that word, sciencey. The scientific fields out there, people tend to be completely factual, and that's so as it should be. Everything should be based on fact, but just the mere fact that you're human and they are human, the scientists that do the researchers and all that stuff, they're still human at the end of the day, and it's a human running everything. So there is some emotionality that comes into everything in the run of our day, no matter how black and white we think we are, and we take pride in that. The fact that you feel and you walk and you breathe and you think and you have free will makes you an emotional creature. That's just it. There's science for you in a nutshell. And yes, as I said, sometimes this is the you card, and now is the time for you. If you haven't done so, is to honor your talents. Stand up and have belief in what you've done, and don't be afraid to show it off. And say, hey, look what I've done here. Because you know it's solid as a rock. And therefore you honor it, and you want to share that with others as well. The advice of this card is to follow your intuition and to make the best decisions on all relationships and on all work projects as well. Your keywords are leadership, creativity, intuition, strength, relationships, and integrity. My favorite word of all time through every avenue of life, living, and breathing is integrity. That's my word all the time. You know what? Doesn't make me a perfect person at the end of the day either. It just makes me a little bit better of a human. Okay. Ace of Swords. Victory is what this card represents. And it fell into your financial and wealth sector. Ace of Swords. Victory. Keywords for this card are beginnings and decisions, action, clarity, determination, solutions, and ideas. And the advice is to use your intelligence. And when you do use your intelligence, victory will be yours. The ace reveals you will benefit from a smart decision that leads to immediate victory. This, if there has been any delays along the way, this shows a breakthrough at long last. There, for some, will be beginnings in new relationships, and I don't mean just romantic relationships, but all kinds. It could be work relationships, family relationships, neighborhood, community relationships. The list is endless there. This is, of course, it's one of the aces. It's the Ace of Swords. It will actually represent a new beginnings in financial realms, such as new jobs. For some of you, and let's say you're selling off some antique furniture. For some of you, you're closing down your ice cream stand. Summer's now over. That changes your finances. That's your petty cash. For some, there'd be one person, or maybe two at the most, we'll give it that had an ice cream stand. This is something new for one and repetitive for another. They've been doing this for a while now during the summer months. And it is petty cash. It is extra cash to fund and buy the things that you've been wanting all along, maybe to help pay the bills through the summer months, to get ahead, jump start on the winter months as well. For others, as I said, starting a new job. For others, there'll be transitions going on. You'll be transferred from one branch of a company to another. That could even be factory work. As far as that goes, I feel the same for maybe one or two. Maybe there's four of you that are in that line of work. And for those of you that have to make a decision, everybody around you will immediately feel the victory of that decision. extending hours on a new business. For some of you, there's one maybe that has just started a new business and you've started out part-time hours in that kind of context, and have been really, really itching at the and chomping at the bit to go the full business hours. And so if the small handful of employees that you have, they want the extra hours, they want to be on full time, they want the benefits that come with full time eventually. You are new starting out. You may not have health benefits yet, but you'll be able to offer these things down the road, and your employees are going to be happy because they love what they're doing. They're happy in the environment. You've done a great job, and they're looking to the full-time hours with the full-time pay. New beginnings in relationships as well. That would be new partnerships and business partnerships, all in the bigger picture. All these messages come down to the bigger picture of your personal finances and watching your bank account grow. For some of you, it's going to do very, 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 very well. You're going to see immediate results in checking your bank balance, and you'll be going, oh my goodness, wow, and quite excited about whatever this venture's been that you've gotten off the ground. And the card implicates as well. Any decisions you make right now is better late than not at all. Better late than never. Excuse me for one moment. I've got my lemonade here. We've got a really warm September 21st day here in this part of the country. Not getting off subject. I'm not wiping up my glasses, sweating all over. I don't want my cards to get wet. And any coasters I have don't absorb any water. They just leave a big puddle behind. This time of the year where I live, it could be, plus 8 Celsius out there right now, but it's not. It's feeling more like plus 27, 28, and that's pretty hot for here. So anyway, a third card that I pulled for you, in your heart, your love, anything close to your heart, and it represents love. And oh my goodness, I thought I was ready. Guess what? I wear these on every reading. They're pewter. You bear with me for one moment. I forgot. I knew I was missing something. I had that naked feel. I knew it. I'm thrown off by doing a reading this early in the day. For one thing, I never get them done this early in the day. There. All right. Okay. Oh, that feels better. I don't feel naked anymore. Okay, the Five of Pentacles falls into anything that's close to your heart. It's the Five of Pentacles. This is all about abandonment. Remember, guys, everybody, this is a general reading. Don't read into it. All right? Sometimes abandonment, the word can imply something, a good connotation, and not necessarily anything that's bad or negative. It doesn't have to be. Abandonment can sometimes be a blessing in disguise. The key words for this card are isolation, money problems for some, rejection, bias, fear, risk, and relationships. Relationships are coming to the forefront. This card did fall in the proper place of your love, your heart, your relationships. And for some of you that are going through a rocky period in your personal relationships right now, I'm nudged to tell you, some of these fears that you have coming up to the forefront right now, you're blowing them just a tiny bit out of proportion. For those of you worried about the money aspects, how that gets affected through a breakup. If we've been together long term, I'm talking to people that have had a cohabitable relationship, living under one roof, married or not, at common law, doesn't matter. But when you live under one roof, and if you're living your life freely with this other person, everything goes into one financial pot. You keep your own spending money or your old habits. Some of them will stay with you and follow you into the relationship. But when you separate, that means that pot of money that everything's gone into one is going to have to be divvied up now. It's not the same. You're going to take what's respectfully yours and take your leave. Some of you are terrified and thinking, I can't survive on this. You're blowing it a bit out of proportion. The card suggests that. The nudge is to tell you that it's not going to be as bad as you think it is. You did survive before this relationship. And in that time, your average wages have probably gone up. Or you've taken on a bigger, better job than the one you had going into the relationship. Yes, you're probably going to have to watch your spending, but that is not the end of the world. If your needs are being met, your bills are getting paid, and you're sitting under a comfortable roof that is your home, your fridge and your cupboards are full and you got a little bit of pocket money for pleasures. For right now, you'd be so lucky to end up in that spot that I just described to you. So don't think this is the end of the world, because things will pick up and they will go on again. That's my nudge to tell you along with the card as well. The advice of this card is you do not, you have support, but you may not be looking in the right places at the right people. Change that up a little bit. If you're looking for some emotional support, even financial support or business support, what we call like more of an intellectual dialogue between somebody that you would look up to and see as a mentor, maybe don't go to the same old, same old. Change it up and go to somebody completely different that actually is in contrast to your regular go-to person. Go to somebody that's a little bit different. I bet you'll be happy that you did. The information and advice that they're going to lean and impose upon you to do with as you wish is going to be completely different. You already know what your regular go-to person would tell you. This is fresh and this is brand new. That's my nudge to tell you. Go to somebody different. Okay, so yes, the Five of Pentacles is a sad card, but not all is lost. Even from loss, we find good things. One thing's for sure, when this card shows up, it may be sad, but one thing for sure is that anything that was hidden in the shadows is now revealed. The truth is now revealed about a lot of things. You didn't even know this truth existed, and now it's all of a sudden, not only does it exist, but whoa, look at the stuff going on in that pot of truth. And you have to decipher that, and you have to go through it. You become more grounded in reality, we'll say, when this card appears, because of the truth that's being shown. You may feel some isolation at this time. You'd rather not do, you just don't want to deal with this reality of fear of losing somebody. Change comes along with separations and breakups for some of you. Some of you, one person watching this video is on walking on banana peels. Everything feels slippery beneath their feet. That one person is going to hit solid ground. You're going to get your tread under you. You're going to be able to stand tall, and you just might save this relationship if it means what I think it means to you and what the card is implying. And this is just for one of you that I'm saying this. And there's probably 3 to 4, I would safely say very strongly, 3 people viewing this video. And a breakup, if it hasn't occurred, it's coming, and you already know it. And you're mentally and emotionally scrambling, trying to brace yourself for it. Okay, let's move on. 3 of Swords, it's all about heartache, and this comes from your challenges right behind the breakups. Right on top of it, this is your challenges, Libra, for the month of October. Heartache. This is making me dry and stressing me out. I don't like reading cards like this anymore. You guys want to hear them. So my apologies in advance. I refuse to fudge the cards. I won't do that. This is the way they turned up after a good, long, thorough cleaning with my stones and a good, long, thorough shoveling. Keywords for this are heartbreak, sorrow, betrayal, loss, affairs of the heart, breakup, and tears. The advice of this card is to feel your pain, see the truth of the matter. This has happened for a reason. This may be the heartbreak card of the tarot, but it also brings a transient change that you will process and you will heal from. Here's the positive side of the 3 card, is that you know exactly where you stand and you see the truth. Again, there it is again. You may also feeling, for some of you, probably 3 is the number that's popped into my head, 3 individuals. I see males, 3 males. You're actually feeling the physical symptoms from stress, anxiety, and fear. Science has discovered, I don't know, the documentary that I seen about 2 years ago, that men process the grief of the loss of a relationship completely different than women do. In the bigger picture, they suffer harder, deeper, and longer. More men are suicidal when breakups occur. You know, these would be the good guys. Because we got the good guys, and then the bad guys, right? The bad guys always seem to get the girl, but is there much staying power there? Not really. It's the good guys that have the staying power. Um, we find bad guys exciting. Exciting is fine. You feel blood, thrumming through your veins, and your heart's racing, and you know you're alive. But there's something quite appealing to knowing that you have a nice, steady heartbeat, and that everything is good. It's solid. There's no big surprises. There's, good guys look at long-term relationships. They want to find that one woman that they're going to love for the rest of their lives. Um, Women, I think, after all these centuries of subjugation and being held down, we learned to be more resilient because we had to fight our way up to where we are in today's standards as far as being female goes. So we're more resilient, and we bounce back faster because we've been through adversity over how many centuries, since the beginning of time, and we still fight these adversities every day. I'm not one of these big pro-women, and I'm just stating a fact of history and the implications and the effect that it's had on women when it comes to separating in a relationship from men. I'm not saying women are heartless, that their heart is rock, but we just know that our future at some level is going to experience heartbreak because we're female. We're almost conditioned to think that. And with men are big and strong, and big boys don't cry, and all this other stuff. Well, yes, they do. Yes, they do, and it's harder for them. They can't openly grieve. It's harder for them to openly grieve of a broken relationship. So that's what that comes down to. So that's why I'm feeling there's like three guys that are going through this. You got to hold on. Think the way a woman does if you have to. Allow yourself to feel the pain. Don't go hiding off into a dark corner and licking your wounds. Don't take it out on everybody else that's around you. That's not fair. Allow yourself to feel the pain of the breakup, any betrayals that went on as well as the card is implicating. Deal with it. And don't say every woman on the planet is going to be like that. No, they are not. They are not. Okay? You will get through the pain. Yes, it's devastating. You can't even, it hurts to breathe at the thought of not talking to them at some point in the day. For some of you, real urgency, like in the next 5 minutes, I'm just going to die if I don't hear her voice. In the niceness and the love in her voice, I need to hear, or I'm going to die. No, you will not die. You just feel like you are. But you won't end up. Okay, there's my nudge on that. Three of Swords and Heartache. Yeah, those are your challenges. Your fifth card in this reading. If your message from Spirit, and these cards are so fitting together, it's unbelievable. This card fell in your message from Spirit is a Knight of Swords about drama. Swords are all about what's going on in the head. And you've had 1, 2, 3, 4 swords. A lot of mental and emotional stuff going on, and mentally you're trying to process all of this. Drama. Of course it's going to be drama. If it isn't outright for everybody to see, it's going to be going on within your own head and within your own spirit. This is an action-driven card, though, Spirit says. A whirlwind of drama, some confrontations, some unexpected blocks in relationships. Arguments, you may have a fight on your hands, but you cannot avoid the upheavals that it's going to bring. On the upside, you will know exactly what and whom you're dealing with. Third time in a row, that's truth being revealed so that you can see it all. But if you can, the advice of the card is to avoid the drama. The advice of Spirit, if you can step back, turn your back, slowly walk away off into the fog somewhere, into the mist, into the dark. Any setbacks that occur right now due to this relationship upheaval is going to set some setbacks, but don't take them personally. You didn't cause this, okay? Libra, you're not the one that necessarily caused the initial, final, I can't say initial, but the final step to break up. You're not the one that caused it. Of course, it takes two, and you had your faults in along the way. But this initial one, the other person said, that's it, I'm done, I'm out of here. I'm not coming back. I don't like you anymore. I don't, whatever, they're just gone, and you're standing there gaping, thinking you had a few more good arguments left in you yet before you really had to deal with the whole situation to try to save what you had. And they're ahead of you. They've made their decision and they're gone, and you can't control that. It's not your fight, really. You just kind of let it go. As far as the fighting part goes, and then now you've got to regroup for your own sanity and the health of your own heart and your own spirit, and start to deal with this rejection of the situation. The key words are stress, instability, forced manipulation, and unstoppable. So there's a good key word right there. So you've had two aces, both of them swords, which just blew me right away. Even though one's from the other deck, remember that's how I ended up with that. A lot of action going on here. Make sure and use your intuition to make, especially in your relationships, the best decisions in your relationships. So I have the Ace of Swords. As I said, the aces are all about new beginnings. There may be more than one beginning here. And that's not hard to figure that out or read into that, is there? Now, the Ace of Swords stands for the ability to see things from a clearer perspective. You're not fogged in anymore, okay? So when this card rules, we're able to remove the confusion, which tends to cloud our judgment. We can see what is important and what is worth fighting for. It can also help us to identify the red herrings that prevent us from thinking clearly. So you don't take everything at face value. Um, Relationships are ringing real strong in this reading. It's all about relationships, all of it. Every bit of it, right down to your finances even, are coming down to relationships for the month of October. Libra. I don't know what else to tell you except what I had to say, what the cards are showing you. I'm sorry for those of you going through breakups. My heart goes out to male and female. A little more emphasis towards the male this time. They're having a real bad time with this because you were the good guys. You know what? You're gonna find your good girl. You will find your good girl down the road. Your lady, someone that you can trust implicitly. Always remember at the end of the day, though, Libra, we're all human, but we're not all cut from the same cloth. We're not all popped out of the same mold. We all have our little bursts of colors in our black and white worlds, and that's what makes us unique and different. Don't paint everybody with one negative, bad brushstroke. You know, for the females, don't hate all the men, and the men don't hate all the females. This is a very personal experience. You will grow from this. This is one thing I always say about challenges and hard times. If anything good comes out of it, it's growth. And you will grow and you will learn and you'll be wiser next time. It'll be a good thing. In the bigger picture, somebody will be saying, I wanted to die when this relationship ended. But boys and I were glad now that it happened. That moment's coming for some of you. Hold on to that. Please take care. Enjoy October. Today's the last day of summer. And fall starts tomorrow. I'll be back in 2 weeks. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. Please do. Welcome to Bay of Fundy Fortunes. And I'll be back in 2 weeks doing the mid-monthlies for October. Let's get things rolling and see where all of this is going to lead us. For now, thank you for stopping by and sharing this half hour with me. And good luck. Goodbye. Bye-bye.